welcome to another video, a bit of a different kind today, in a different angle as well. Not a thoughts video, not a cleaning, coexisting video, but more of a summer video with other YouTubers, or in the future. This one here would have been a full-fledged Vienna vlog. But as I, don't want to film my friends unnecessarily, and don't really embrace the I'm an influencer, content creator, YouTuber lifestyle, and also I take this time to, just shut off and take a break. This will be more of a, narrating summary of the Vienna trip with some photos and some little videos that I shot for my Instagram story, or maybe you guys have seen it. But here now a little bit more my highlights. If you want to have the Flin Vienna experience, what should I do when I'm there? Here you get the Flin Vienna experience. I have my phone on the side with some pictures that I made, so I remember what happened what. I've planned this trip a long time ago, visiting friends who live in Vienna, or visiting a friend and then other friends joining, because we've been kind of this friend group. I am a big city trip enjoyer. That's the reason why it was like double fun, city trip, friends trip, nice. And I have to say, I think it was the perfect city trip for me. The way everything I expected it to be, it was everything I expected it to be, and with even, delivering some more, and the time flying by super fast. Thursday evening or Thursday night, I arrived, and Monday midday, I took the train home. I opted to go for train and not for the plane, since I'm a big advocate for treating Earth the best way I can, and really balancing the ideas of when to fly and when not to. And here I thought, there is a train that goes directly to Vienna. Yes, thus the plane take 1 hour 30 and the train 9 hours. Yes, the things you do. The things you do. But I arrived at Vienna, and perfectly first thing, going to a restaurant, eating Wiener Schnitzel and Kaiserschmarrn, like already checking that off the list, and having like a nice arrival at Vienna, finding my way to my friend's apartments pretty easily, and then going for some food. All the things I will always show you the locations if I name them, just not this first restaurant, because it may be too close to the place where my friend lives, and but just know it's like a typical Vienna restaurant, or like Vienna kitchen restaurant. Cuisine, Vienna cuisine, I think is the right name for that, not kitchen. Kitchen, Vienna kitchen. And then I already went to sleep. On the couch though, very comfy couch. So no issues there. And in the morning, my friend had to work as well on Friday, and the other friend was arriving Friday night. So I had a whole day for myself. Perfect start. I feel like some people be like, different city, I want to be with friends, I don't want to be alone. And I'm like, nah, if I would be a Dungeons and Dragons character, I would get like a perk that is called City Dude, and I get +10 on all my stats, whatever that may be. When I'm in the city, I felt at home the minute I stepped outside the train for the first time in Vienna. Navigating cities for me is just a natural thing, being from a city myself. I felt home, I felt safe, and it looked super pretty. So Friday, I woke up, ate the cold Kaiserschmarrn for breakfast. What a way to start the day. And then I knew that I wanted to visit 3 different museums. I know you're like, 3 museums, my head. But I'm very interested in seeing art, seeing big artists or famous artists in different cities in Europe. I feel like that's a very cool thought. You know, like obviously Paris, Louvre, is where, and then obviously that's like, you know, the goal. London, Oslo, Amsterdam, Berlin, Vienna, you know, then Prague, or Prague, I don't know the German pronunciation. You know, like European, if a city is not named, feel like I named them because they're all the big cities in Europe, Barcelona, and so on. But I was in Vienna, so I went. There were 2 big museums. They only have like a German name, Kunsthistorisches Museum and like Naturhistorisches Museum. Basically, if you boil it down, dinosaurs, what is most important for me, and art. So I took the time to take the train, not a subway, the train, so I could still see where I'm going. It was a longer route, but I like to already be able to look out of the window and see a lot of Vienna feels and vibes and the city itself. And then I took, I think I'm probably putting, now this is where I started recording things. I probably put this here on the side for you too, to watch this too. Maybe let's go over here so it has space over there. And yeah, I thought it would be easy or faster, but it took me 6 hours. And I didn't even go through all of it to really go through both the museums. You can probably take way more. I enjoyed both of them a lot. You know, dinosaur is a mandatory thing for me to look at. It was not that exciting though. The art was way more exciting. The art thing is only one part of the Kunsthistorische Museum. There's like also sculptures and vases, and some Egypt kind of things. I think I also see it in the video. But I didn't have time for all the latter stuff. I only had time for, I wanted to take the most time for the art stuff, because this is what I was mainly here for, and I'm a big advocate in. I used to think when I go to a museum I have to read everything because I paid for it, and now I'm like, no, I paid for it so I can have the experience I want. So I can read, not rush through, look at one painting a million times and not at the others, you know, just making it the experience I want it to be. And in between these 2 museums I was very hungry, so I ate at the subway. But across from the Vienna Opera, I probably have to translate a lot of things. I'm not next to Oprah, the opera. You will see the word on screen. Just so, because I was very interested in seeing the building, and all of these buildings on this street, kind of through Vienna. I think it's the Parliament and all the other buildings there, also the opera. It was where they were all very similar in style, but very, very pretty. I think that just walking there is a recommendation I can already give, because it felt amazing. Then I went back, finished the other museum, and went back home. A friend arrived. I think we just waited because my friend still had to work even more. work. And then friend number 2 arrived. So, which means alone day, yay! Totally completed, total success, amazing, got a feel for the city, got 2 things done that I knew maybe the other ones do not want to do as much, because we had a 3rd museum planned together. And I was like, 3 museums, I think it might be a little bit boring, so I better take the first 2 by myself. Day 2, we had a special wine walking planned. We had like I think breakfast first, and then going to the city. Now having my friend showing me the city, shopping a bit, drinking some drinks on like a nice cafe, and just getting a little bit more info on the city. Eating another Kaiserschmarrn, by the way, which was way better than the first one I had. I was a little disappointed in the first one, but this one I was like, yeah, this is how I want it to taste. Soft but still crunchy on the outer edge of it. Fluffy. Yeah, that was very amazing. I mean, you probably, if you have not seen it already, here's a still picture of it. Boop. Lovely. Lovely. And also here's the place where I got it. Boop. I mean, this is obviously all not sponsored. I think it would be charming if you ever are in Vienna, you could do the things I did, and then we can talk about it. Not that we have to, but maybe that's fun. And I'm not an expert on that, but I enjoyed it a lot. And then we went with some friends, or like with a bigger group, to this is apparently a big thing in Vienna, a so-called Heurige. Heurig. This is how it's spelled. For what I understood is, you walk a bit, and there's multiple ones of them along this path, and then you pick one that you like, and you drink the wine they produced or they sell locally, like local wine. I don't drink wine, so I drank the juice. The grape juice was the best grape juice I probably ever had. So that's something. I'm not a grape juice expert, but that was certainly worth going there. And afterwards, we had a little reservation to have like some nice food again. Sliding into the Sunday where my feet were already hurting. I was wearing Doc Martens, which was not the most smart choice to walk around 20,000 plus steps. And even though I do go to the gym and I do consider myself fit, it really started like with my, what's it called? This part here, the shin thingy, started to have like sore muscles. And so I was like, I don't want to walk as much on Sunday if I don't have to. And we went to the third museum, Albertina, which I'd say is a high recommendation for me if you are into art, paintings and stuff, because I could cross off a lot of famous names that I haven't seen before, as you probably also see in the little video that is here on the side. Learning a lot about different art times. I don't know the right word. Chapters, time categories, time zones, pieces, where it really made sense. You know, like it was really well organized. You really understood the different influence of the painters or the artists into the different eras. Like Monet, Picasso, Munch, Van Gogh, more. Like we had multiple artists in this one museum. It was lovely. And then, you know, we also went to, afterwards, we did this in the morning after we had brunch. Sorry for my eyes itching, it's allergy season, and I'm not going to cut it out because life is life and humans are humans and we do have allergies, not everything is perfect. Brunch, Albertina Museum, and then something called Naschmarkt, which I thought it is a market where you can buy sweets. I was wrong. It's a market where you can eat. You can also eat sweets there, but overall there's like a lot of restaurants and like the small area, culinary hotspot maybe even. And I really wanted to go there. We picked a restaurant. We ate there. It was lovely. Weather was nice, and I really enjoyed that. But afterwards, I was like, "Hey, can we?" I don't have, like I said, I don't have a big issue with just going home now, preparing the ride home, and sleeping while taking a nap. Luckily, everybody was on my side. We went home, and then after resting for a while, we played. This is German game. Probably it's a game in the whole world. Stadt, Land, Fluss for in German translated 1-to-1. It would mean city, country, river. Like a game where you wait for a random letter, A, B, C, stop, F, and then everybody is having to find a city, a country, a water source. We broaden it, and then like other categories you think about, and you think like it's like it's not really a children's game, but it's a game you haven't played in a while. But we didn't have any other games, but I think it was a lot of fun just to have like this kind of game night with friends before everybody has to leave. I most certainly thought it was very, 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 very intimate in a friendship way of, we did all of this crazy stuff and now we just have some time for us to play a little simple game. I like that a lot. So, and then I went to sleep, and on Monday everybody went out of the apartment in their own time. One friend earlier for airport, one friend a little bit later for work, and then me, the last friend, for going home with a 9-hour train ride through the Czech Republic. That took a lot out of me. Not gonna lie. Train tips, because I've thought a lot about the train, right? And I had I talked about it in a podcast that will come out in 2 days in more details. The spicy stories, the spicy in between stories. Here's more like if you want to do the Vienna experience that I had. I wanted to give you the things I did and where I was. Hopefully, if I find a nice way of showing that, implemented some. I have in mind like Google Map pins that look cool. Probably I don't have enough power, don't have enough graphic designer knowledge to create it. So maybe you just, I don't know, whatever editor Flin came up with, you have probably seen it by now. And I'm not saying that I am the greatest city visitor. You should do all the things I say. No, I'm just, I thought it's just sharing. And like I said, we could talk about it if we want to. There also was some, on Monday before I went home, I had to go back to the city, or wanted to go back to the city for one last time, finishing my shopping plans, because Sunday the stores are closed. And on Saturday, before we went to this wine walk, the wine thingies, we went shopping without buying anything, but I found an outfit that I liked a lot and I really, really wanted to get. So, but it was already sold out. The upper part, I was like, I should have bought it 2 days ago where I still had it. Now it's sold out. But I will just order it online. And yesterday, when I went to the store here, I found another piece that complements the whole outfit. So this is basically the outfit, my Vienna outfit that I went for. I think brown will be the color that comes, is like maybe my dominant color for this summer. I want to experiment a little bit more with also the texture. Like you've seen with this shirt, it's a simple plain color, but the texture is different, and this is something I want to experiment with. And overall, I'm pretty happy. It was an amazing city trip. The weather was amazing. Everything really, really worked out. And if you want to have the same Vienna trip, which basically means arriving late, eating food, eating the specialty, double museum, subway in the middle in front of the opera. Saturday, full day of visiting the city, going into this wine walk, getting a sunburn, also part of that. Going out to a restaurant to eat again. Sunday, then third museum. Going to the Naschmarkt, eating again. Going home. Monday, a little shopping tour. End of inner city shopping tour, and then going home. Could be worse. Could be worse. If you're not that much into art, it would probably be ass. Not gonna lie. But I think it's always worth looking at creative pieces of work, listening to them, whatever. It does something with your soul. So, yeah, this was my Vienna trip. Maybe in the future, when I continue this, I think about actually shooting a vlog and having some clips where I talk to you from Vienna. But I forgot. I simply didn't think that far. So if you like something like this now, in the future I will take more effort in also documenting these things for you in a better way. I mean, you've seen a few clips from the stories, right? A few clips. I think it gets the vibe and the weather. But this is now my whole explanation for that. And if you want to know more about the spicy stories of Vienna, the podcast that will come out in 2 days, Space for Friends, the new episode will go into that. So this year's more of the how was the trip and what did I do, and the other part is like what kind of socially awkward or spicy things happened that I really had to tell Julian about. So let me know if a video like this is something you enjoy, and I hope you have an amazing time zone wherever you are, and as you maybe one day go to Vienna as well and tell me, or maybe you've already been there, tell me what was your favorite activity to do or to see. So, as always, we see each other.